All right, guys, we are live. Hello, 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 hello out there in the world. It is I, Latisha Monique, and guess what, guys? Today I have a special guest here on the Apology Accepted podcast, Tanisha Horton. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hear her story. Wait to hear what she has to say about this plant-based wellness. So let's clap it up for her. Woo!
Hi.
I know I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited because listen, I'm not going to even tell you how many times I said I'm going to eat healthy, and then I see my snacks, and then it just take over. And so I always try to start big, and so when I try to do elaborate things like I'm going on a diet, cold turkey, it never works. So I am so interested in hearing what you have to say about this plant-based journey, because as you know, we
Yeah.
see so many people doing it. You know, our
Yes.
Aunt Tab
Yes.
out here doing her thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did get her book, and I got a couple of things, and
Mm.
one for me. All right. Um so I need to know how can I like mix some other stuff with that thing and make that thing taste like something.
I mean,
So let's dive on in, huh? Let's dive on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome
thank you.
to the Apology Accepted podcast, where we are definitely going to get some knowledge today. We're gonna get some small nuggets, and then y'all gonna have to go on over to her website, follow her. She gonna share with y'all at the end how you follow her on everywhere she at. Okay, so make sure y'all stay to the end. Make sure you watch the live to the end. So again, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, what, you want me to start from the beginning? We
I
got so
want
many
you to
different
start
things we
from
could
the
take it.
beginning. Tell us, how did you get here? Was you always like, you know, was this something that was just like from childhood, eat healthy, you ate salads? Like, what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
you
No.
had any donuts? You had any cake? Like, how did you,
So
how did
I was not always. No, I was not always vegan. I was a meat eater most of my life. The first 20 something years of my life, I was not
okay.
vegan at all. I ate the meat, fish, steak, you name it, I had it, all the sweets in the world. What happened was that life life hit my family, and my mom was, yeah, she was diagnosed with having diabetes, and she was given medications such as metformin and a bunch of others, and she was just deteriorating. Honestly, her health was declining, her energy was down. If you've ever had or someone who has diabetes, it can affect
Yep.
them a lot. The stress that comes with that. So I was just tired of seeing my mom, you know, not be the person that I know her to be. My mom is energetic. We are always going to the store, always doing something. Like, she barely sits down, but this disease had her sitting down a lot, and
Wow.
she actually experienced temporarily her vision being lost for a couple of hours.
What?
Yeah, it was
From
getting
the diabetes.
from the diabetes. That is one of the symptoms. You can experience blurred vision from diabetes, and when I saw that, just seeing how helpless my mom was,
Oh,
it
man.
scared me, one, but two, just it was like, well, what can I do? Our society doesn't teach us that we can reclaim our health and by eating better. But I was thankful that I started hearing about Dr. Sebi and different holistic practitioners as to how they help people move through these different diseases. So because of this situation, that's how come I started engaging in this plant-based lifestyle, because I didn't see another alternative, really and truly.
Right,
So
right.
I actually, it was pretty crazy. I don't really recommend this for everybody else, but I didn't see any other way. So I took my mom off of her medications without really having the proper knowledge. And I stopped her from eating a whole bunch of processed foods, myself too. So I was actually 30 pounds heavier than what I am today. And yeah, I'm a former college athlete. So, like, I was used to being smaller, a little bit more fit. But, you lose yourself a little bit after college and a lot of drinking and eating unhealthy. So when this situation occurred, I just decided that I was going to take this journey with my mom, which ended up being really special. That I was cooking for her, I was making different
Yeah.
herbs, yeah, different teas, and about a year and a half later, we went back to the doctor, did her blood work, and she was deemed pre-diabetic. and he said you don't need your medications, but he didn't know that I took her off of medications.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So it was really beautiful, but it was scary, at the
I
same
know.
time. But I'm thankful that I did it, and I do it again because my mom looks so young. She feels good, which is the most important thing, and her energy is back to where it needs to be.
Wow. Like, I know that's a scary time. I've definitely experienced diabetics in the family where we definitely had to do some changes with our eating. But it's just me, not being obedient to the, no cakes and things like that. Um, I watch your YouTube videos. Oh, no, not your YouTube videos. I think they're like your reels or your TikToks or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, on Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and I love how you talk about food as if it's like this warmth. Like you compare love and food, and when I think of love and food, I think of cupcakes and ice creams and cookies and like
Girl.
there I go. Being fat, but that's how I'm like, ooh, I get so
Right.
excited
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the junk, right?
Right.
And I seen you did a juice, and I
Mhm.
was like, I ain't got the same feeling. I don't know how she feeling like this.
It's a mindset. It
Yeah,
is a
I was like,
mindset.
ooh, and it's green, and it's man, I ain't really seeing what she's saying. I'm trying to
Right.
get how you are, So how do you or why do you see, food as self love? I hear you
Mhm.
say, self love and self care and all of these things in sentences where you use food and you use natural food products and things like that. So how did that come about?
I mean, when you start going down this hole of nutrition and
Mhm.
seeing what it did for my mom, it started to get me thinking that, food is medicine. That's how I started looking at it. And really and truly, the veganism lifestyle has led me more to spirituality. So I never did meditation, I never did journaling, affirmations, any of those things. But it started off because I started eating better. So when I first started talking about self love and self care, it was after I changed the way I ate. So
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't about the solo dates. I wasn't doing those type of things. I was always like, you go out with your friends and you do the trips with your friends, all that
yeah.
stuff. I mean, I also deem it to like society wasn't talking about taking care of yourself too at the
Right.
same time. But yeah, it wasn't until I switched how I was eating that. So one thing with veganism is that you don't have that brain fog. So brain fog is you go into a room, you don't remember why you went there. You're thinking about it, or you can't remember things. When you're eating cleaner,
I have them all the time.
there you go. When you're, I mean, I experienced it too. When you eat cleaner though, your brain can see things. Like it's a beautiful process. You're not clogged up with all these processed foods. So I started feeling like I was coming back to me and who I was always meant to be, this loving, this compassionate person. And so when I started looking at food that way, I was like, this food is here to nourish me. It's not here to deplete me. It's not here to give me a disease or to make me feel bad. It's to make me love on myself more to be the best version that I can be. So when I am pouring that green juice, I'm thankful for it. Like I'm speaking love and affirmations and life into this juice that I just made,
Yes,
and
you look
that's the
happy too. Y'all got to make sure y'all go see the video. She was like dancing, and just green juice was just going into the cup. I was like, yeah,
yeah, because I know this green juice is going to revitalize me. I know this green juice is not going to give me the headache that comes with the soda, the Coca-Cola, the Pepsi, and all these things.
oh, they
It's
so
not
good.
going to give me the diabetes because a lot of people will think that, oh, well, green juice has sugar, you add some honey or something. Yeah, but not all sugar is bad sugar. And people have to realize that too. The cakes, the cookies, that is bad sugar because it has the white sugar and all these other things. But we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. So this is the one thing, like people also think that when you're vegan that you don't have snacks. I love snacks. If you
Really?
ever, I love snacks. I don't. People think that I'm just out here eating
I can't
grass.
even imagine what snacks you gonna be eating. Like,
You, let's get into it. Let's do it. So I love saying this. Anything that you can have, I can have it too. So yeah, right. You're like, what? What does that mean? I can
yeah,
have it too.
how?
I can have the cookies. The difference is the ingredients are just cleaner. That's it.
Okay. The difference is the ingredient, so then the taste. So
Not necessarily. That I guarantee I could give you a vegan cookie and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this tastes like a regular chocolate chip. It's just the flavor. So put it this way: if you didn't flavor your meat, or if you had that cookie without adding some type of flavor into it, would you eat it?
no.
Right.
No. Not at all.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Like so there are raw vegans who don't cook their food, but even they season their stuff. You know.
Okay.
So if I didn't season the things that I eat, or if I didn't flavor the smoothie or the cookies that I'm making, I probably wouldn't want it either. Now, are there times where I don't put seasoning on things? Yes, definitely. You
Wow.
know,
Okay.
yeah, like I mean, think of this, like carrots. If you're just eating carrots
Oh,
out the bag, which meat
cucumber.
eaters eat that too. Half of the time, people who eat meat are already having some things that are vegan. They just don't think about it that way.
They just they haven't thought about taking the meat part of it
Right,
away because you're still
right.
eating your vegetables and all that stuff. You just haven't thought about taking that meat part away. Because let me tell you something, honey, I had a great steak over the weekend. It was some type of delicious. It was seasoned so good, but I still had my vegetables. So it's
Right.
like, okay, wonder if I just didn't get the steak
Hmm.
and I just had my vegetables on my side.
Or you add a portobello mushroom and you flavor it like a steak, and you still get that chewy texture. And
I
it
said,
sounds
what else can I
crazy.
be besides a mushroom? Because I don't eat mushroom.
Okay, there's other alternatives. We got jackfruit. We have look, there are plenty of alternatives. But I also say that there's so many different types of mushrooms. When people say they don't like
Okay.
mushrooms, that you haven't tried them all. You
I,
know,
I only seen, I think, one.
right? Okay,
It's
so yeah, there's
I'm only going off that
portobello,
one
oyster mushrooms. You have
that
one
I.
that almost has a seafood type of flavor. It is. I didn't know these things until I started eliminating meat, and I still
Okay.
wanted the flavors of my food, or the texture, I should say, of my food. I still wanted to have mashed potatoes. So I love steak when I was a meat eater, big steak person.
Mm.
So I feel you. And then I started realizing, like, oh, that's why I said a portobello steak.
Right.
I make that now with mashed potatoes and green beans, have some gravy with it,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
good because I know that it still tastes good, but also like I'm feeding my body right. And now, after I eat that meal, I can get up, have the energy to go about my day. Versus when I used to have that steak, I feel lethargic, you know, and
Okay.
that's a big difference. When I used to eat meat, like Thanksgiving time, right? You're eating all these heavy foods, or as we
Yes.
we call it, low
Delicious.
vibrational foods, right? And
So
everybody got to take a nap. Like
woo,
it's time
so
to go night night afterwards,
right.
you know?
Everybody's sweet.
Right. Everybody sleep. But now I'm up and I'm vibrant and I'm moving and grooving because I'm eating things that still tasty. So I still have the yams, the collard greens, the
Okay.
macaroni and cheese. I'm having everything. It's
The
just different
ingredient.
ingredients. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this: from because you're saying you feel more vibrant since changing your eating habits and going into this plant-based lifestyle, you started meditation and journaling and things of that nature, so you really are truly contesting to eating plant-based because you now that this has become a thing, we see it. We see it now all the time, and it's just like but we see it from well, from me, I'm gonna say me. I see it from people that I don't know,
Hmm.
and it's like, oh, eat healthy, oh, plant based,
Hmm.
oh, go vegan, and oh, it's good for you. And they got this list of reasons why. But to really be sitting here with someone that say, look, I had to do this because of a personal life experience that I was going through, assisting my mother, which she has gotten healthier, and we stayed on this path. So how has that changed with your lifestyle outside of mom? Like going out, like, if I wanted to meet my girls at the bar for a drink, all right, but we might get something to eat. Do I have to always get a salad?
Oh,
You know,
okay. Yeah, yeah. We can. Let's do this. So,
do I have
first
to
of all,
get a salad every time?
don't get the salad. Like so you're gonna find that I'm not gonna sit here and say like eat all these greens and just drink some water because that's not
Yes.
sustainable. Like I love to say that I'm a social vegan. Like I'm showing women of color how they can still have fun, how they can go out with their girls, turn up, but you're still being healthy and you're
Okay.
still enjoying the things that you're taking in. So, thankfully we live in a day and age where a lot of restaurants have vegan options.
Yes.
And
Yep.
if they
I'm seeing
don't,
it more and more.
right. And if they
Mhm.
don't, I help coach you with like, here are the type of sides that you can get. And if you're in the mood for something salty, have those fries. Like, I'm not here to restrict anyone. That's
Right.
why I say this is a lifestyle. It's not a
Hmm.
diet. A diet is something that you feel that you have to stick with and you feel pressured. Like if you mess up, this is not about guilt shaming, making you feel bad about the decisions that you've made.
Right.
If this is something that you feel called to, like if you're like, I know that I'm not taking in enough veggies and fruits, like, but I've been thinking about becoming plant based, like, then start making the changes or come talk to me and we can work on those changes. I'm not one of those dudes like, be vegan now, like, no, but I'm going to share my story. You can see how it's helped me. And if it resonates with you, then let's see how we can help you. And if it doesn't, that's okay too.
Right.
It's not for everyone. Do I think that beneficially it can help a lot of people? Absolutely. But
Okay.
there is a mindset piece that comes with this because when you are out with your girls and you turn up and you start drinking a little bit, like you may take a slip. I've
Hmm.
slipped too. When I first started, I definitely dipped back into the meat because I didn't have the self restraint, I didn't have the
Right.
discipline, and I didn't know the alternatives because I was
And the
teaching
knowledge.
myself. Right.
Hmm.
I was teaching
Hmm.
myself. But when people are working with me, they have me. They have the blueprint.
They have the
So
best coach ever.
that that's it. So we can move through those scenarios and we can talk about it. Like, you have something coming up or you're at the happy hour, like, let's talk about what the situation is gonna look like. You're having a vodka soda? Okay, cool. Let's maybe try and switch that vodka soda for a vodka seltzer. So you're not taking in the Coca Cola,
Oh
or whatever
wow.
the drink may be. Yeah. So this is how, like, I love to say I'm like one of the homies, that's what your coaches, like
Right. Yes.
I I drink a lot. I
I
my
enjoy life too.
I drank a lot. I don't anymore. My lifestyle has changed a lot. Like I really, what you see is what you get with
Okay.
me.
Hmm.
I live
Hmm.
this lifestyle truly, and it doesn't mean that you can't be vegan and not drink. It just I had my own experiences. Like everything that I talk to people about is through what I've lived. Like I am the testimony. I went through a lot of headaches from when I was drinking. Like my body, as I was eating cleaner, it started rejecting alcohol. So because of that, is why I don't really drink much. If I want a glass of wine, yeah, I can have it. I can have anything that I want, and that's why I say it's a lifestyle. I don't have to restrict myself, but I'm choosing not to have these certain things because alcohol affects your brain, affects your liver. It's not helping me live the healthy lifestyle I want to. But there are ways that I'll still have a mocktail when I go out with people because really and truly, and this is why I say everything's a mindset. When you're going out with your girls, unless you truly are trying to escape life and then you want the alcohol to do that, then that's also a conversation on why are you escaping life.
Right.
Life is
Right.
meant to be
Yes.
lived here
Yes.
right now,
Yes.
like, be in the moment.
Hmm. Hmm.
But on a light level, you're going out with your girls to socialize and have fun. You
Right.
could drink whatever.
Yep.
So I love like reframing these type of conversations because people are like, well, oh, if I'm at the bar, what am I gonna do? Have a drink. Don't have a
And
drink.
that's, I
What?
think that's why most people don't lean towards that because they feel like, oh, now that I chose this lifestyle, I can't do nothing else past that because I know I'm only saying it because I'm one. Okay. I was just like, okay, now if I go be vegan, now how am I gonna go out to eat? I'm gonna always just have to eat a salad. That did not interest me, my mind at
Mm-hmm.
all. Like that's
Yeah.
gonna suck. Like, wonder if I want a glass of wine. Wonder if I want to eat a snack because I love snacks. Like, I was like, yeah, that ain't for me. Vegan ain't for me. So let me see. I did do a pescatarian,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so I've done that before, and what tripped me up with that is that I started consuming a lot more pasta, instead of vegetables because I don't eat a lot of vegetables. So that's another reason why I was like, there's no way I can become vegan. And my husband will tell me all the time, you don't eat enough vegetables.
Mm.
So I know, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do this. So to hear you,
Mm-hmm.
someone that is not just, I just scroll through Instagram and I'm just following this person that's saying eat healthy, become vegan, or Auntie Tab that she is in the limelight and she's her platform is here and she got a cookbook and I purchased the cookbook. We didn't
Mm.
again we didn't cook 3 things out of it and I was just like I don't know how a tab eating this, right? So I was, to be able to speak to someone
Mm-hmm.
in real time,
Yeah,
human form, to say, girl, now I want to eat some snacks.
absolutely.
Does that mean I can never become vegan because I want to eat some snacks? And so many people, I wonder, so I'm one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm probably one of hundreds of people that feel like I'm not going to become vegan because all I'm going to be able to eat is grass or
Right.
salads or, because that's what we think.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to say, no, you come, let's have a conversation. I can be your coach. We can have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like that's what people want to hear versus because we'll go and we'll start googling some stuff and all you see is salad everywhere. And I'm
Yeah.
like, because guess what, in my salad, no lie, I have
Mm.
lettuce, cucumber, and a meat in the
Mm.
dress. That's
Oh
it.
no, we gotta add a lot more stuff to that salad.
I
So
have nothing else in my salad.
I definitely want to bring this. So salads can be sexy, y'all. I think salads can be sexy too, And I'm actually not a crazy salad person, but when I do, like I flavor it up. I have a great dressing, and I add the cucumbers. Definitely, I add peppers to it. I add chickpeas. There's sometimes some. Yeah,
And look,
yeah.
look at my face already. Don't mind my face,
It's
y'all.
all good. It's all good because when you can't, if you don't know, you don't know,
Right,
right?
right,
So who am I to shame someone like, oh, you never had that or you never thought about that? Like, because I
right.
wasn't thinking about that either. Putting that, but it makes your salad more dense and you feel more full because you know at the end of the day, really, it's just like all water that you're taking in when you're just
Right.
having to leave. So you're adding more things to that. It's like, okay, let me put some chopped onions in here. Let me add some quinoa to this. And
Oh,
now you have basically like a salad bowl. You add a nice dressing because the dressing is really where it goes down. You
right.
have a good dressing that's tasty and you pour that all over, you're good. So, yeah, salads, yes, you heard it here. Salads can be sexy.
And I totally believe you because I can have a salad and it looks really really plain, and then like my husband can have a salad and it's just like full, like he got all this stuff. I even had lunch with my sister, my older sister, and she got a salad and it had like these strawberries in it and I think some walnuts or something. Like she just had like all this stuff in her salad. And I was like, why do you have all that stuff in your salad? And she was like, well, where's the rest of your salad?
Exactly. Exactly.
I
You
don't know.
got it. And that's the self-love part. You got to treat yourself right. Make
I
your
agree.
meals fun. Fill it with love. Like, oh, you want some fruit? Put that in that salad. You want the aroma of some onion powder and some garlic in there? Throw that in there too. And when you're making it, like, just it sounds crazy, but like I put on music, I'm dancing. I'm a vibe when it comes to making my meals.
Yes, you are.
And I
Yes,
do
you
that.
are.
It's
I have
connection
witnessed.
time. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
connection time with myself. Like that brings me joy knowing that I just created this. Like I did that, and that's what I'm trying to get, women of color to be like, it only took me 10 minutes, but I was having the best time of my life when I did
The
that. And
best
now,
10 minutes of the salad, baby.
right. And then now when you're eating it, like, so food is vibration, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We are all energetic human beings. Everything is on a frequency. So if
Yes.
I'm making it with love and I'm happy and I'm dancing and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm eating it, I'm taking in that same frequency. But if I'm upset
Yeah.
because I only put two ingredients on my salad, like you're not
Make
gonna be
me
happy.
mad. Like,
You
what is this?
right.
I'm gonna do better with trying that. So for me, a person that I don't always eat unhealthy, but again, it's my snacks, right? So someone who considers a plant-based lifestyle, but not really ready to just full say, I'm about to get rid of everything in my
Hmm.
refrigerator.
Hmm.
How do you just take a step?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm actually all about the small steps. I'm not about you going from A to
Okay.
Z becoming vegan tomorrow, because that's not the way I did it either. I
Right.
took the steps. I went from not eating steak to pescatarian. I took those baby steps. So trust me, I'm speaking to you guys from love and compassion. I get it.
Yeah.
So simple things I started doing was drinking more water, because most of us don't drink enough water.
Right.
So what I would do when I would first wake up is I would have a 16-ounce bottle by my bedside, and then I would just drink that when I wake up. That was like the first thing that I started doing.
Okay.
You looking around like, nah, I'm not drinking the
60. Okay. Okay. That's
16 ounces of
doable.
water. That is doable,
That's
and
doable.
here it is, right? If someone's like, oh, 16 ounces, start with 8. Like, you don't have to put the pressure on yourself. That's what I'm really trying to eliminate from people. Like, this is your life. Make
Right.
it easy for yourself. Don't
Right.
make
Right.
it
Right.
difficult. Like, if you are going from not drinking any water, which we are made up of water, so you got to start. You
Right.
know, start from 4 ounces, then build to 8, then build to 16. Like, take it in increments, but
So do
start.
you would you recommend like I like lemon in my water. And
I was Yeah, lime
um
is what I put in my water.
this weekend they didn't have any lemon, no way on the island. And so they were giving limes and I was like, let me just try this. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had no complaints.
Hmm.
Because I can drink water by itself, but I rather because I want it to look sexy, like you said, I be like putting it in there thinking I'm doing something. Um, is that something that is, do you say, okay, well, if that's what you got to do, then do it to get that water? Or is it more like, because I see people put fruits, I see people put oranges in their water, I see people put strawberries in their water. So does that take away from anything? Do you
Nope.
know of?
You're adding in
However, you
actually.
got to get the water, get the water.
Right, but honestly, I was gonna say that you're actually adding in nutrients when you're adding the fruit to the water, or if you
Okay.
add something like basil to your water, it's fine. Like, there's no problem adding the limes to it. So I'm big on mocktails. With people getting, so mocktails do can have juice in it, but you could also make a mocktail with some water and some lime and some cucumber. You know,
All
so
right.
you're getting actually extra hydration, especially when you add cucumbers to your water. So
Okay.
there is no problem with keeping it sexy, fun, and hydration. Like,
Okay.
it's all good. Again, small steps. And I did it too. So it's cool.
Right.
Like, I put berries in my water because actually had a hard time myself when I first started drinking more water. And that's why I immediately started putting that glass or that bottle by my bedside when I wake up, because it's right in front of me. So it's like, okay, I'm
Great.
starting the day with water, and that is an accomplishment. And
Right.
that's how you have to treat yourself. It's like almost like a check off. Like, I did this. Like, good job. You gotta be proud of yourself for it.
Yep.
And then
And
now
you gotta
let's move
you gotta
down.
tell yourself that too. Good job.
Yeah,
You
you
did it.
do. That's the self love part. You gotta love on you while you're doing this
Right.
process. And if you forget, 2 days out the week, that's okay. But
Yeah.
let's get back. See, the problem with people in their health journey is that when they mess up, they fall off forever, or it takes them
Yeah.
another 2, 3 months to get back on it. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, don't do that to yourself. You fall off today, get back on it tomorrow. Or if it takes you
Back
two
up.
days, but you got to get back. Because if
Yeah.
not, you're going to be right where you are and you don't like it right now. So how do you expect your life to get better? And
Agree.
that's where a little bit, the tough love comes. Is like, you can't stay stagnant forever. You got to eventually start being in
Yeah.
momentum. And how do we get you there?
Yes.
Are these little small steps to enhance your life?
So I heard you say earlier when we started talking, you was like, I was an athlete and Now I eat healthy, I feel better. I know you say you had some trouble,
Mhm.
but because of your background as, being an athlete, even though you had some trouble, was it easier a little for you because of your athleticness? Like I have no athletic.
Mhm.
Like I feel sometimes now, and listen to me, you guys. I feel heavy sometimes. Like sometimes I wake up feeling heavy,
Mhm.
and it's not like, oh, I feel like this big fat slob. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I could still feel maybe my dinner. Maybe I had a little too much. Maybe I shouldn't have got a second plate. Uh, you know,
Yep.
maybe I shouldn't have ate those cookies and lay down. I could feel it when I wake up. And so because I don't work out,
Mhm.
that probably play a part on that as well. So those who, because I don't know if it's a myth or not. So those becoming vegan and eating a healthier lifestyle, does this automatically say, hey, you will lose weight on this end if you eat differently? Is that like really a thing, or is that more like a myth for promotional gain?
Yeah. So no, it's real, and there is some untruth to that, and I'll break it
Okay.
down. So vegan doesn't mean healthy. I'll start with that because you can have a bunch of fried food. You can eat all the fries in the world. You can have all the vegan pizza and the processed food, and it's almost the same thing, as eating meat. It's just that they're doing it for the animals. They just don't want to eat meat, meat foods, you know. But
Okay.
the plant-based lifestyle, which is what I promote, you're eating less and less processed foods, and that is going to help you naturally lose weight because you're not eating foods that are as heavy. When you go to
Right.
sleep, they're not going to be on top of your stomach. So
Mhm.
that's why I say it's a twofold. It is a myth, but it's also truth because it depends on which one you go down. If you decide to
Okay.
be vegan and not eat a bunch of processed foods, then yes, you will lose weight. But there are vegans who are bulkier, who do have more weight onto them because of how they're eating. So
Okay.
it all depends on the route that you take. So I'm more health conscious with it. So that's how come I was able to drop 30 pounds. And just to bring it to your point, because you asked me a question as because I was an athlete, was this easier for me? There's a discipline that yes, I've been raised with. I have a certain type of mindset that I can fall off and I can get back on easier. And when I actually lost those 30 pounds, there was a point where I was working out heavy, definitely for sure, because it's part of my nature. But because I like to test stuff and I like to test my body out, I actually stopped working out for 3 months while I was on this journey. And it's not something that I talk about often because I was a personal trainer. I did the college basketball thing, and I was like, man, all I gotta do. You kind of said it like all I gotta do is work out, and I get to look good and feel good.
Yep.
When I go to the doctor, they're like, oh, you look great, but health is not how you look. Health
Right.
is how you feel.
Right.
And I was still having health issues as an athlete. I've had
Okay.
bronchitis, I've had the flu, I've had different things hit my body, and it's like, well, if I'm so healthy, like the doctor's saying, why am I going through these
Right.
things?
Okay.
So, as a test, for 3 months, I stopped working out, and I was still able to maintain a weight
Your
and
way.
still feel amazing. I do promote. Don't get me wrong. I promote moving your body, like it's very important. But that would
Absolutely.
just be me trying something out to be like, well, can I still lose weight, or can I actually maintain this weight that I've now gotten myself to? And the answer was
Right.
yes. I was like, oh, this is so. It's abs are actually made in the kitchen, and feeling good is made in the kitchen, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm so big on this self love of it's what you're making. What are you preparing for yourself? And the working out is just an addition to your healthy lifestyle, but it shouldn't be the main focus of it. So yes, you
Okay.
can lose weight eating healthier.
And that's, with you saying that, some people work out and be like, I'm not losing no weight, but you still intaking
Hmm.
some of the things that you're intaking and thinking that, oh, if I just get on this treadmill, or if I just walk, or so what you're saying is bring it full circle. If you change and you made a conscious decision to bring it full circle to say, I am trying to get healthier, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and you like, I have to love my food.
Hmm.
And I am going to make this food out of love and nourishment where this is going to help me. And that's probably for me. And I'm saying this to you, but it's really for me because this is the way I will be able to take this journey.
Hmm.
Because again, I could do it for a week and be like, all right, now I'm tired of lettuce. I'm tired of salads.
Right.
Because you get tired sometimes of the same thing.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Unless it's a good snack. I never get tired of cookies. Like Girl Scout cookies are out right now. But I'm a thin mint lover,
Hmm.
but they're vegan. So just because something say is vegan, does that really mean vegan, or it mean, oh, we're gonna put this one product in and call it vegan?
Right. So there's some products. This is why I teach about checking your labels. There are
Okay.
some things out there that actually says vegan, and you'll see that actually has dairy in it, like some eggs while making it.
Yes,
And so
yes. I be
I
confused.
can't
I be
speak.
confused.
Yeah, I can't speak for the food industry as to why they would do that. But what I can say is that's why you have to reclaim your health and you have to take the power into your hands and check the label.
Okay.
But there are some brands that are 100% vegan, and you can get those chocolate chip cookies, the oatmeal cookies. You can buy those things, and the ingredients are better. Again, I bring it back to that. Just because it's processed doesn't mean that it's great either. But there are some places that make really clean ingredients, and they taste good. Like I love Siete is a brand. Their chips though, I think
Okay.
they have cookies too, and their ingredients are amazing, and I love them. So I will go for that instead of another brand that may be saying that they're vegan, but the ingredients, they just have too many things. So a tip I
Yeah.
always tell people is like, if you can't pronounce your ingredients, you probably shouldn't be having it, vegan or not.
Yeah. Because we'll get things and it just if it say vegan, we like, oh, it's vegan. I
Right.
mean, me. I'm talking
I
about
mean,
me,
there's other people out there too, that, like I said, that are vegan and don't care about the ingredients, and that's
y'all.
okay. It's where you are in your journey. It's all right.
My daughter made some vegan brownies because the
Ooh.
box said vegan. But they were nasty. They were nasty.
Oh,
But it was. She was like, "But mom, if it's vegan, but I still got to put an egg in it, does it still mean that it's vegan?" And I was like, "I don't know. Well, you got to do what the ingredients say. Like
right. Yeah, no, it's not vegan.
the box just got you because well, it
Right.
got me. Because I was like, oh, this is vegan. Let's try it.
Hmm.
Because we wanted some brownies. But we
Yeah.
were standing right there in front of the brownies and cake mix. And I was like, well, let's try the vegan versus the regular that we
Hmm.
usually get. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it was nasty. Even with the egg, it was still nasty. So, I think one, you have to say, I want to invest in myself because this is an investment.
Yep.
You know, Changing your lifestyle is truly an investment. And I hear people say all the time, I ain't paying for nobody to tell me this. And I could just read, but we pay to go to the gym. We pay for those memberships,
Hmm.
to the gym, and we only been twice out the 30 days. You know, Everything you do in this is an investment, whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're an entrepreneur. And that's what I try to get people to understand.
Hmm.
Everything you do for yourself is an investment. Now you just got to decide which investment is important,
Exactly.
because probably they all are probably important, but trying to live a healthier lifestyle is very, very important, especially with us as African American women and men. Like, let me tell you something. My my husband, and my son had a diabetic scare where now my daughters are being tested because of, it's just like, okay, well, husband, one child, let's just go ahead and run the blood for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was just so crazy. Something so, my son is athletic. He's been playing football since rec. He's always been a big guy. He's not gonna be small. His dad's not small. And it was just one day he had a headache. All right, he took some ibuprofen, called it a day. He felt better.
Right.
Went into practice, had a headache. Now me, I'm relating it to practice because I'm a doctor. Yeah, it's probably, some in practice. And the whole time, his body was warning us,
Yeah.
basically, telling us, hey, something about to happen. And then the next thing you know, it was like this whole episode where my son was in ICU.
Oh
You
my God.
know, diabetic, like he had to give himself insulin 3 times a day. It got really, really bad. And the initial sign was a headache.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, because he was a teenager, so they stay up late, then they gotta
Mm-hmm.
wake up early, and he don't eat breakfast all the time, and he's out the door for school. So I said all that. I was like, because you're not eating breakfast, and you're staying up too late. You always on the phone, and you're always looking at the computer, always on that game. That's why you got a headache. But it had nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with all of the things that Dr. Melton said. It had to do with. And so it was very, very scary. And so we definitely went into full fledged, okay, we got to change some
Mm-hmm.
things. And instead of doing it and it wasn't hard by this time because before my son had an episode, my husband did. So we were already making some changes. It's just that we never decided to get rid of meat because we love some wangs during football season. Okay, so that was like, dang, if we get rid of meat, what we gonna eat during football season? I
Plenty of
can be
options.
vegan until football season. When football season is over, I'm back to vegan. I'm vegan half of the year.
Yeah, some people are, man. Some people are. They tailor it to their needs.
Yes, so I want people to know that diabetes is serious and it's not a weight thing. It's not, oh, I'm skinny, so that means I could never. No,
Right. I mean,
we have
it
to,
doesn't matter.
and I hear so many people complain about, food is going up, as we all know, right?
Mhm.
And so it's like, people got to make their dollar stretch. Okay, especially you have children, you have, big families, and you go into the grocery store and it's like to buy fruit or to buy noodles. Which is going to be able to stretch? What am I going to get my money? Because,
But you don't have to choose. Those two options you just said, you know, noodles is fine. So is fruit. They're both vegan.
wow. Now, see, we get, my daughter get these different kind of type of noodles where she don't use the seasoning packet, so she like do all her own
Hmm.
stuff to hers. But it's hard sometimes when you have someone going to the grocery store and it's like, okay, I have $200. This is my budget, but then your money started deteriorating when it's like, okay, I'm trying to eat healthy. So does it really cost? Because I have because we had to change our food dynamic. It's like we look at the price, but it's like we got to get it,
Right.
and not everybody can think like that. It's like I really don't I don't have a choice to say, well, no, I'm not gonna get the I don't know, the pink salt versus the white salt.
Right, right. No, no, I definitely get
I don't
what you're
have those
saying.
options, so I have
And
to get it.
and a lot of people have those feelings that,
Yes.
eating healthier is expensive, but it truly isn't. if you are going for, organic is obviously better,
Right.
but if you don't have the means for that, a can of beans, a box of pasta, like these things are still cheap in our economy. You could get a bag of potatoes. These things are, and I'm starting with the grains, carbohydrates, like these things are
Right.
still affordable, and you can get a bag of potatoes to help with feeding your family and get some greens. Really and truly, meat and fish are the more expensive products
They
when
are.
you're going down the aisle.
Hmm.
So if someone wants to conserve and really stretch that $200, I can show you how. Like buying fruits, vegetables, getting some quinoa, or like I said, that 99 cent, $1.25, whatever pasta costs now. You
Yeah.
know, we can make a meal out of that. You get pasta and veggies, that meal's not gonna cost you more than $7. Now you add that meat and that steak that you want, I guarantee you now we're going up towards
Yes.
that 15,
They're
$20.
good steak too. Hmm.
So it's breaking down beliefs with people, and that's why I always invite people for a consultation with me, because we're gonna break down these things that you're thinking that, oh, I'm gonna spend 200-300 bucks.
Right.
Again, I will say, if you're going for everything organic, and I do definitely promote organic, but
Hmm.
not everyone can do that right now. So let's go to the farmers market and let's get something local, which is usually right now a little bit cheaper than going to Whole Foods. Whole Foods,
Right.
Trader Joe's, they're all expensive.
There.
I teach people about going to more convenience stores that have, and I don't actually mean like a convenience store, but stores that are more ethnic stores, like Asian
Okay.
convenience stores. They tend to be
Yeah.
cheaper, instead of going to these big name brand stores. But
Hmm.
if you don't have that knowledge, or you don't know, or maybe you don't have it
Hmm.
nearby, then it's going to feel harder for you to make these type of lifestyle changes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I guarantee you, like you give me a store that's around you, we can find a way. But you got to want to do it. It's a twofold. I always say it's a partnership. Like I can give you all the things and I can break it down for you, but you got to want to do it, because it can
Absolutely.
be done. This lifestyle is definitely sustainable. It's definitely doable, but there's mindset, and that's why we work on those things too.
All right. Well, tell us what do we get with the wellness coach? What do we get? Because people say, okay, well, for example, if something is $1,000, now what am I getting for $1,000? Are you just, calling me on the phone and saying, "Hey, did you eat your salad?" Like what do we get with the wellness coach?
I
What's your
mean,
packages? Tell us your
yeah,
services. What do you provide?
yeah. I mean, all in all, you get me. But that is really
That's what you
the
get.
main thing,
Hmm.
but really, I kid, because this lifestyle people think is really so tough, but I'm here to make it easy for you. So you're getting me with coaching, you're getting accountability coaching from me. You are getting meditations, affirmations, natural ways to heal. So there are herbs that I do recommend in my program that I
Okay.
have for people. Also oils, like when people are getting sick, like there's different type of oils like peppermint that I recommend that you use. So I love saying that I have a 90-day program to help you transition to become vegan. But it's not just a program about becoming vegan, it's about a program changing your lifestyle for optimal wellness. So there's a grocery list, there are meals that you get to try and make yourself. There are ways to cleanse out that we talk about too. You get 4 days texting support. That's why I say, really and truly, like you got me in your back pocket. Like I'm the homie that's gonna be with you. Like you go to the grocery store, text me, ask me the questions.
The
Let's
vegan
talk
homie.
about that. That's it, the vegan homie. Um, I say I'm like that fun cousin that you could call on for anything. Like I really am there with you, throughout this journey that you'll be taking. And then we do a video call as well. You have that access to me, so you won't be left behind. Like you also have journal prompts. There is homework. We're gonna be tackling that mindset. I send some motivational things as well. It's all encompassed in there, and even talking about CBD as opposed to taking that Tylenol, that Advil, having more cleaner products that will help you with your adjustment. So that's a little breakdown of that program. For the person who's not ready to become vegan, I do have a 7-day cleanse, meal soul reset cleanse, where you're just going to be doing smoothies, juices, herbal teas for 7 days, some broth here and there, but you get coached from me for those 7 days as well. And I do allow you to have video chat calls with me, and we can talk it through. the mindset as well. Like when you feel like you have that headache, because I will say you will get a headache when you're changing too, because your
Yes,
body is detoxifying. So
yes,
don't think you're never gonna get a headache. Like I will give you the real, and that's the difference. Like it's not always pretty when you're first starting out. I,
no,
I broke out in some acne when I first started changing because my body was purging all the toxins that I had. But you look at me now, my skin is really like I'm so proud of the changes that my body has made. That's why I talk about vitality and how good your skin can look and how you feel because
hmm
of these changes. So the 7 day cleanse helps with that. Someone who's just wants a little taste, I have that. And then lastly, for the person like, all right, well, I don't want all that coaching yet. I'm not there. I have the Neo Soul Chakra Activation drinks, and with this program, it is really about helping you fall back in love with yourself and reclaiming your health and your confidence that you may have lost or your motivation. So, drinking for your chakras, we have 7 chakras for those that don't know, and like I mentioned before, everything is energy. So we have these different energy centers, and sometimes they get blocked. So let's say, for example, you're not feeling motivated or creative to work on your business or to help your family do certain things. It could be energetically. Maybe your sacral chakra is blocked. So I've created these different smoothies and herbs that you will have the recipes for to make to help bring you back. Something very light that you can start doing. But also, I've included music, some affirmations, music, because music is vibrational and gives us energy too, and that's a way to heal as well. So when you're combining the drinks, you're combining the music, you know, you're gonna start feeling better. And the affirmations on top of that, it's a small way. And this is in an ebook workbook form, which I also include journal prompts with too. So it's a little small way to just do something. We talk about the small steps. So this is a small step to start getting you back on track to get your wellness game up. And you also get a coaching call, just as a bonus that I've been doing because I'm actually starting to announce this tomorrow. So this is the first time I'm actually talking about the Neo Soul Chakra activation.
right here on the
Yeah.
Apologetics of the podcast. You heard it first, y'all.
Yeah,
So,
so I'm excited because I'm actually dropping on my mom's birthday, February 13th. It's like an ode to her
oh
too. So
wow, next week.
yeah, so yeah, next week. So pre-sale starts tomorrow that I'm doing it for
Okay.
$44, and then after that on her
This is
birthday,
for the Neo Soul drinks.
chakra activation drinks.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep, yeah. So I'm doing
So,
that.
what order, like for me, okay? And because I ain't talking about nobody else, I'm talking about me. To build me up to this, to the 90-day program, and then also on my own to be this great vegan under your leadership. Would you? Could I start off with like the Neo drink chakras first, and then move it to the 7-day cleanse, and then kind of like work my way
Oh,
through
absolutely.
your
That's small steps.
program? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I need people where they're at. And that's the point of why I give out a free consultation call because I want to see where you're at. Where's your mindset? Where are you? Because everyone's different. So the program isn't, one size fits all. Like that's why you have tech
Right.
support and video calls with me. Like I'm adjusting to who I'm working with. Like I said, it's a relationship, it's a partnership. So not you may not be ready for the 90 day. You may not be ready for the 7 day, but you are ready for the 90 day, like
Right.
and
Right.
I'm very honest with it. It all depends on where that person is. And if their mindset's definitely not ready for a 7 day cleanse, I'm not gonna push them towards that because if this is an investment. I want their investment to feel good. I want you to be empowered. And that's why I talk about reclaiming your health. Like this is a form of empowerment. You are going to feel more comfortable and more confident after going through whichever program you decide. But I want you to make that choice for yourself, but I will help guide you along the way.
Okay. Now, one last question before I let you go. Um, what about adolescents? What about our youth? Could they? Is this something that kids can do as well? Your program, as far as the drinks and the cleanse and the things like that, or is it kind of age restricted? Is it more like, all right, well, 18 and up, or
Yeah,
16 and up? Like, does this
yeah.
work for youth at all?
So the kids can definitely have it. I mean, there's nothing detrimental in this lifestyle that's going to affect them. What I will say is that, whoever is the caretaker and they're making their food, kids are growing. So you will have to give them more because their metabolism is so high.
Okay.
So you're just making more dense foods. Like they may need 2 power bowls, with the smoothie or with the salad that they may need. So
Okay.
it's just about giving them a little bit more. But there are vegan athletes out here that are kids and they're thriving. You know, there are so many. I mean, so many people that are vegan that we may not even
Right.
realize. I mean, we have the Beyonce, the Venus and Serena Williams sisters. You know, they're vegan, and I'm pretty sure that their kids are probably vegan too because moms are the head of the household. You know,
Right.
we're the ones making all the decisions. So, yeah, there's no harm to them. It's just being mindful of what they're eating, what they're drinking, how much of it that they may need a little bit more than we do.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. This was like so much information. Like, take it. Um, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you for having me.
joining me today. You have definitely gave some great jewels. Like, this is awesome. Again, like I said, being able to actually speak to someone that has, said, no, I mean, this won't be always. And as a matter of fact, I did it because of a situation. I think this is amazing. I think what you have done is amazing. I know your mom is so proud of you. Uh, I'm I am glad that you were like, you know what, let's look at some other stuff because again, we as people we do what the doctors say. If the doctors say, hey, take these meds, then we take these meds. You know, very rarely do we go outside and try to get healthier to be able to help with our situation. It's more like, nope, the doctor said I gotta take these meds and I'm just gonna, take these meds. And you have truly taken not only your life, but your mom life into your own hands and said, no, we're gonna get better and this is gonna be a lifestyle. Because how long do we want to be on these meds? Is do we gotta be on the meds for the rest of our life? Like how does this work? And so I definitely commend you for that. That is totally awesome for making that change, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate
Um,
it. You know, I'm here to help anyone that's ready.
yes,
You
so
know,
that's what I was
I,
about to say. Listen, you have to tell everyone how to follow you, how
oh
to get in contact with you. Y'all, listen, you have to go and look at these reels and stuff. Listen, she be dancing with the pouring in the drinks, and I'm like, why is she happy about drinking? This stuff is green. Like,
yeah. It tastes good. I mean, if I could
I
bring you
don't
guys
see
into my
no
kitchen, I would. You know,
I
I
don't see
definitely
no
would.
cookies. And I'm looking too. I'm like, okay, so she gonna bring some cookies out with the drink. Like, how we just gonna be excited about this drink? Y'all gotta go see it for yourselves. Don't take my word for it. Go see it for yourselves. So how can people see you?
Yeah, so I mean, you could go to my website for sure, www.mswellnessllc.com, and you could definitely book your consultation through there. You can see some of my work, some of my interviews that I've done. If you want to see me socially on the social media front to see
Yes,
all that content
definitely.
you're talking about, my Instagram is plant based vibes, so PLANTBASEVIBES. Same name on TikTok. And then Facebook, for those that have it, it's Tanisha Naughton. You could just look that up, and you could, yeah, reach out to me, contact me. I'm only a DM away.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm always up for conversations. You have
Yes,
questions, seriously, slide in my DM, and we can book a call, and then we could talk. We could chop it up. You know, seriously, and
absolutely.
just see where you are and see if you're ready to reclaim your health and make yourself a
Listen,
priority.
get healthy today, y'all. It is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. You heard it from the wellness coach yourself. It is definitely life changing, but you have to be invested. And when I say invested, I don't only mean money. You have to be invested with your time. You have to be invested, with yourself, your energy, and who you are, who you're trying to be, and how you want to really live. All of that is an investment, you guys. And so it's not always about the money. And as we know, nothing is free. But listen, get with the homie right here. I brought her here for y'all. You heard it first. She dropping something next week, y'all. Pre-order gonna sell tomorrow. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. And when you tap in, Tell her you heard her from the Apology Accepted
Yes,
podcast.
please do.
Let her know that you heard her here first, y'all. Anything else you would like to tell our wonderful listeners before you go?
I mean, yeah, just live life now. Choose
Right.
yourself,
Live
and let's make 2023 the year of reclaiming your health.
that part right there. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for having
You
me.
guys, thank you all for listening. Go follow, tap in, make sure you get in tune, make sure you make the right decision. And until we come face the camera again, peace out, y'all. As always, be blessed.